Good afternoon and welcome to another episode of the Gentlemen's Dialogue. Hey, I am your host, Steven, Louie, a few names, nicknames. And as always, I got my sidekick here, my right-hand man, Solomon the Don.
Yes, sir.
My good brother, what's happening?
Hey, man, it's Friday. You know what I'm saying? We're back again, ladies and gentlemen. Solo the Don here with my brother, MVP Steve. And we got a topic today, man, that we want to talk to y'all about. But it's Friday. It's the weekend. I hope everybody's doing good out there. Hope you looking forward to your plans and getting off work and doing whatever you enjoy doing. Because, I mean, we work and we do things that we need to do. But, I mean, at the end of the day, if you're not enjoying yourself, what's the point? But yeah, man, it's, you know, we're doing something that we enjoy doing, and I hope you guys are too. But before we get into that, man, how you feeling, bro?
Man, I'm feeling good, bro. I'm feeling good. It's been a good week. It's been a hectic week, man. It's been a stress-filled week. But you know, it's every day. Like myself, like many others, learning to manage your stress is a daily job in itself. Right. And before I talk about stress, I don't know why I thought about this, but listen, today's whiskey or bourbon or scotch or wine or Prosecco. Today, we're talking about Macallan 12, one of the smoothest whiskeys on the market. I promise you, this is when I say invite your friends over and you guys have a wine tasting, champagne toast, tequila tasting, bourbon tasting.
Yeah.
If you do that, make sure you have a bottle of this Macallan 12 there for those bourbon drinkers who are sipping on that. Still, get your wine, your white wine, your red wine, your Chardonnays, whatever. But for those who need that single square, that single round ice cube in a nice crystal glass, just like that, it's Macallan. But anyway, like I was saying, the stress, is something we manage, and you try to learn to manage every day.
Yeah.
People say, you shouldn't. What are you stressing about, man? Yeah. And that's one of the craziest things is you got some people that will ask you that, and don't get me wrong. Some people, they probably aren't. They probably have zero stress.
Okay. Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Me, a lot of my stress is self-induced.
Yeah.
I have a certain level of expectation from myself. Right. So that creates kind of an amount of stress all by itself.
Right.
Because I know I'm constantly trying to achieve.
Yeah.
And I raise my own bar constantly.
Absolutely.
And if I fall short of that bar, it's a little frustrating. But anyway, I think today I wanted to just, do something really quick and short as we go into the holiday season. And I was speaking about stress. Don't allow the holiday season. Many of you go over and beyond for other people. Don't do it this year. Don't do it. And you do that you go over and beyond, and guess what? Only a fraction of the people appreciate your efforts.
That is so true.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
This holiday season, do for you. Now, I am not saying don't do for others. But what I am saying is make yourself a priority. So often, especially women, you put everybody else ahead of you. And then you sit down and you're worn out and tired and stressed out. Don't do it this year. Put yourself first for a chance. And you know what? If you have children, there's a microwave.
Right. Okay.
Now, I can't. I hate to say this. It is what it is. If you're a woman and you cook all the time, take a break. Everybody needs to fall back and reset. Take a break.
Yeah, that's true.
If you're married, don't worry, man. Your husband, he'll find something to eat, right? Even if he sneaks out and goes and grab him a 20-piece wing, he's gonna eat.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah. It's not the home cooked meal that you normally used to with the meat, the vegetable, whatever. Sometimes no meat, maybe all veggies. It is what it is. But put yourself first for a chance. Stop. That's for a chance, for a change. Stop being the superwoman.
Yeah.
Everybody relies on you. Everybody's pulling on you and pulling you in 20 different directions. And this is another one of the reasons why the holidays are so stressful, because people go over and beyond and do more during the short holiday season than they do all year long.
Yeah,
they pack it all in just literally 30 to 45 days. Don't do it this year. Don't do it. Sit back, kick your feet up, Netflix and chill.
Yeah.
And guess what? Everybody else in the family, they're gonna be okay for a few days. You have to reset. If you don't, here's what happens a lot of times. What do? We do all of this stuff throughout the holidays. You're tired, you're stressed out. Some people will majorly overspend. Mm-hmm. And then you turn around and when January gets here, you're worn out mentally.
Yeah.
You're worn out physically.
Yeah.
You're worn out spiritually. And you're worn out financially. That's how you start the year out a lot of times. Don't do it this year. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's not worth it. Take some time to yourself. Another thing. While you're taking that time to yourself, reach out to some friends that you know who are dealing with depression, pre-depression, anxiety, pre-anxiety, any of those issues.
Yeah.
Reach out to your friends. Invite them over, especially if they are by themselves. Invite them over to have dinner. Invite them over to have a drink. Just invite them over to be company, because they need it. And a lot of times we need that too. We just don't know we need it because we're so busy every single day that we don't stop.
Yeah, you're right. And like you said, it's like we don't know we need it sometimes.
Yes.
That's real, man.
Yes.
And then the good thing about it, like, because I know some people listening to this, I know it sounds good, and you know how you could give somebody some like great advice, but then they agree with it, but at the same time they're in the back of their mind like, you know what? Oh, I don't know, because my husband expects this from me, or my kids expect that from me, or whatever the case. Everybody's used to me doing this and doing that around the holidays. Well, guess what? What Steve was saying, I totally agree with, because what it also does, it not only gives you a break, but it kind of forces appreciation.
Absolutely.
Because people, even though they're expecting you,
when you don't do it,
man,
when the well runs dry, that's when you miss the water.
There you go.
Right?
Yep. Exactly. So it's like it's a chain reaction, and then people, guess what? You know what? A lot of our listeners out there, they're gonna be like, man, you know what? I took Steve's advice, and I was listening to the podcast, and my loved ones came to me and said, hey, is everything okay? I know you normally you organize this party, or your family might be like, hey, you cool? Normally you cook, but
what you cooking this Thanksgiving?
Yeah.
You know what? I ain't cooking shit.
Right. Yep.
You know what? What are y'all cooking?
Okay.
I'm tired.
Yeah.
I do this every year.
Yep.
Y'all come over here and you bring your extra plates with you.
Thank you.
And you wind up taking 2 and 3 plates home with you after I have slaved over the stove and these pots and these pans. It ain't happening this year.
Right.
Cook yourself.
And it's like, you'll thank the Lord for the food when we're sitting down about to eat, but you won't walk up to the cook and say, hey, I appreciate you cooking.
Yeah.
Or, hey, is there anything? I talk to everybody, and I just ain't got nothing to do. You need an extra hand in the kitchen?
Right.
Something.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah,
it makes a difference.
man. And it really, really, really does.
Yeah.
And that's why, they say how you end the current year is how you start the new year.
Yes. Yep.
In the new year being all about yourself. It's okay. Don't worry. Mm-hmm. Don't worry. It's okay for you to put yourself first. You can do that.
Right.
How can you be good for someone else if you don't take care of yourself first? You have to take care of yourself, especially your mental.
Yes.
Again, this is a time when so many people have lost loved ones, or
right.
we've lost loved ones, period. And the holiday season is just when it really hits you.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
The holiday season, that's when it's time for close family and friends to get together.
Right.
But it seems like, let's just say, for example, this one year, I remember my grandmother passed. My grandmother passed literally a few days before Christmas. So that's what made it like really, really rough.
Yeah.
So that Christmas, during that Christmas, it was just I was thankful for everything.
Right.
Let's not get that twisted.
Of course.
But it wasn't the same. And not one of my holidays since that day has ever been the same.
Yeah.
Especially when you lose someone who is like, when you lose the matriarch.
Yeah.